is the perfect time to get outdoors and smell the wildflowers. Here to share when and where to go to do just that, we welcome back outdoor adventure guide and author of the Collecting Sunset Substack, Adam Sawyer. It's great to see you.
Hey, Lady H.
Oh,
Tis
that's
the season.
me. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like, who's that?
Look at your pen matches. I just noticed.
I always have
Wow.
my sparkly pen. Okay,
Well done.
Tell me about how wildflowers bloom geographically. That's so interesting.
Great question. Yeah, I mean, spring is happening. The greens are out. The ferns are unfurling. You know, we got the April showers. May needs to come through and handle its side of that. You know, give us the flowers. And to your point, especially where we live, it kind of moves east to west.
Okay.
Right, from the drier side. Kind of makes sense over to the wetter side, and then of course from low elevation to high elevation, you've got mountain meadows and things that are under snow, or you know, it just takes a little longer for them to come online. But the good news for us is that means that starting like a couple weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, all the way up through like September and early October, we're going to have wildflowers.
I've already seen some great photos from my friends' hikes in my feed of wildflowers that are going insane.
We're allegedly having a super bloom. Like I've seen some, but like
Yay.
that's another thing. Before I forget, OregonWildflowers.org is the place to go. They have trip reports. So if you're like looking like out there, like the balsamroot is going nuts right now out there. And we're going to talk about it.
Plan your Instagram accordingly.
That's right.
Okay, let's start with what's blooming the earliest, which could be Tom McCall Preserve.
Right now.
Awesome.
Actually, it's technically, we might be a day or two past peak.
Okay.
So go now.
Get out there.
Yeah, get out there right now. But so it's out in the transition zone of the Columbia River Gorge. And it is a nature preserve, so it's the only place on here you can't bring dogs. So not a dog-friendly spot. But the little hike up to McCall Point gives you a great view of Mount Adams. I think we saw a photo there. If you're a geology nerd like me, you also get to see a lot of like the lava layers, almost like that layer cake kind of look off on the Washington side. But you've got meadows of balsamroot and lupine and paintbrush. If you're ambitious or you want that kind of leg stretch, like it's the 5.5, I think, up and down to McCall Point. But on the lower side there, the lower Rowena Plateau has a nice 2.2 mile loop that you don't get the views of the mountains, but you still get the water and all the wildflowers without having to sweat.
Okay, you can choose your own adventure. Okay, coming up maybe in June, Vista Ridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vista Ridge. Now this one is kind of about very specific wildflower.
Oh.
So follow me on this journey.
Look at that.
So this is, and double-edged swords, you know, wildfires are natural in forests, you know, assuming the causation and everything. But, you know, there's always beauty in the regrowth, as we know. And Vista Ridge was one of those places, it's on the northwest side of Mount Hood, and it used to be a nice forested canopy hike. People stopped going after the Dollar Lake fire, I think about 2011. A couple of years later, someone decided to check it out. Carpets of avalanche lilies, just essentially like pushing back like
That's
snow
really
fields.
stunning.
It is. So you can see like the contrasting colors with black snags, blue skies, white clouds, white lilies. And there's more flowers coming online now, but that was like the first just kind of harbinger of the forest is coming back. And so people time it. It's usually June to July. It depends on you know, a lot of factors in the year, but go on OregonWildflowers.org and check it.
I love that. That's so cool. Okay, Skamania County, Silver Star Mountain. Tell me about that.
Oh my gosh. So this was maybe my first introduction to like a premier wildflower hike in the area. So it's close to my heart. But do a little research, because there's a lot of different ways to access Silver Star Mountain. It's that mountain, that kind of two peaks that if you're in downtown Portland, it's what keeps you from seeing Mount Adams.
Oh, I see.
It's that mountain. Yeah. My personal favorite is Ed's Trail. This is like a 5.5 mile loop. You go through a natural rock arch. You go through some of the best wildflower meadows you're going to find, but of course, you reach the summit of a mountain, you're going to have views. You're going to have all of the Cascade Peaks, the usual suspects.
Oh, wow.
Well, I love Ed's Trail, but a caveat to that, the drive up is you're going to want a high clearance vehicle. You're going to want to go slow.
It's a 10 and 2 situation.
It totally is. But yeah, check online. There's a lot of different ways you can get up.
That's very cool. Okay, Saddle Mountain. I don't think I know about this one.
Oh my goodness. So if you've ever taken Highway 26 out to the coast, you've driven right past it.
There you go.
Kind of as you're coming down, you start your descent.
Oh, I see.
It's down right there on the right. And so this is another big views one. Obviously, you climb a mountain, you're going to get big views.
Yeah.
However, and you can see it in that photo right there, not only do you get all the Cascade Peaks like you did at Silver Star, you get a view of the Pacific Ocean and Astoria.
Goodness.
Of course, you know, clear skies are required for that.
Yeah.
This is definitely an exercise hike. You're going to start in lush forest, and then you're going to go up a mountain.
Okay.
And what's also cool about this one is because the ecology or the geology changes so much, you get into spots like that where it's rock outcroppings, and you have different wildflowers like stonecrop and some other things you won't get in meadows.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's great.
If you had to pick a favorite, could you? Is that a really mean question?
That's a mean.
Sorry.
That's just rude. They're all my children. I love them equally.
Oh my gosh, that was awful.
Madam, that's a good day.
Never again.
Do you have another one left? Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I could have expounded upon
I
that.
know. I know. That's why I asked you your favorite. I'll never do it again.
That's right.
I'm
No,
so
no,
sorry.
you actually could. I would probably have to go Silver Star, actually, if I did have to.
It's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, it was one of my very first ones.
That's really cool.
You know, it's a great one to go.
Reason enough.
Do you have a favorite?
I'm going to once I get to all of them. I can't judge.
Okay.
I can't judge yet. I'm going to find out.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Absolutely, my
Always
pleasure.
so great to see you. Okay, we'll have more about Adam and his Substack, Collecting Sunsets, on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.